DepEd Order Number 44 Series 2021 outlines policy guidelines for educational programs and services for learners with disabilities in the K-12 basic education programs. The guidelines aim to provide direction and guidance for organizing, managing, and implementing appropriate programs and interventions for learners with disabilities at all levels of the Department of Education. The policy is based on the Inclusive Education Policy Framework for Basic Education. It covers various programs like madrasa education, indigenous people education, special education, alternative learning system. The 1987 Constitution, the government has a responsibility to make sure that everyone has access to good education. This means that the government should protect and improve the right of all citizens to receive a quality education at every level.
Republic Act No. 9155, known as the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, ensures the state's commitment to providing access to quality education. Section 2 underscores the state's role in delivering accessible and equitable education, while Section 6 empowers the Department of Education to achieve these goals. Next, we have RA number 10533, or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, aims to create a functional education system to develop productive and responsible citizens. Section 3 emphasizes learner-oriented education addressing diverse needs and cultural contexts. Section 5 mandates a learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate curriculum, affirming the commitment to inclusive education.
The Implementing Rules and Regulations, or IRR, of RA 10533 talks about the programs designed to address the physical, intellectual, physiological, and cultural needs of learning. States that, in furtherance of Section 3 of RA 10533, inclusiveness enhanced the basic education entail the implementation of programs designed to, as you can see in the PPT, the physical, intellectual, physiological, and cultural needs of learners, including but not limited to programs for learners with disabilities. RA 10533 provides basic education intended to meet basic learning needs. This encompasses kindergarten, elementary, and secondary education, as well as out-of-school learners and those with special needs. RA 10533 seeks to improve the basic education system of the Philippines by strengthening its curriculum.
The Republic Act 10533 in 2013, Batas Pambansa or the Education Act of 1982. This law highlights the state's role in promoting educational equality and addressing the special needs of certain groups within the formal education system. This section mandates that everyone should have access to education that is not only high quality but also relevant to their personal and professional development. The education system must be inclusive, ensuring that no one is discriminated against based on their sex, age, creed, socioeconomic status, physical or mental conditions, racial or ethnic origin, political or other affiliations. And also, this framework not only promotes the equality but also empowers all citizens to achieve their full potential through education. Next is the Presidential Decree number 603, or the Child and Youth Welfare Code 1974. And Presidential Decree number 603, also known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code of 1974, is comprehensive legislation in the Philippines designed to protect and promote the welfare of children and youth. One of its key provisions is the right to education. This decree mandates that every child should receive an education that matches their abilities, aiming to enhance their skills and capacities. The ultimate goal is to empower children not only to serve themselves but also to contribute positive to their communities and society at large.
The Convention on the Rights of the Children in 1989. This is an agreement that many countries, including the Philippines, have signed. It aims to protect and promote the rights of all children, including those with disability. It explains children's rights in details and it set important rules such as treating all children equally, and it also ensured that every children has the right to education in Article 28. And in Article 3, it is required that the countries to respect and protect children's rights without discrimination regardless of their or their parents' race, color, gender, language, religion, political view, nationality, social background, wealth, disability, birth status, or other characteristics specific to children with disability. This is the convention requires countries to do everything necessary to make sure that all children with disability are fully enjoyed all their human rights.
In continuation, the Magna Carta says that people with disabilities should have the same rights as everyone else, not just charity. They should have the access to good education and opportunities to develop their skills because many have the potential to improve their future, but not everyone can support their needs. To ensure this, the government must consider the special needs of people with disabilities when planning education. This includes making school buildings accessible, adjusting class schedules, and providing appropriate physical education. The law also requires the government to offer additional support services like devices or materials to help the students with disabilities learn better. The Magna Carta requires the government to create and support a complete system of special education for children with various disabilities. This includes setting up special classes in public schools for children who are blind, deaf, or have other disabilities, allowing them to learn effectively in a focused environment. The Department of Education should also establish libraries with braille books and audio recordings where possible. This provides significant support and opportunities for people with disabilities by giving them access to free education and resources. In conclusion, DepEd Order No. 44 Series of 2021 provides guidelines for organizing and implementing programs for learners with disabilities in the K-12 basic education program. These guidelines support inclusive education, ensuring all students, including those with disabilities, have access to quality education. This policy aligns with the Inclusive Education Policy Framework and includes diverse groups like Muslim and Indigenous people, out-of-school youth, and children in special situations. It reinforces DepEd's commitment to inclusivity and upholding the right to accessible and quality education for all learners.